Are you looking for the best universal remotes? In this video we will look at some of the 4 best remotes on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Sofabaton U2. The Sofabaton U2 is one of the most versatile universal remotes we tested. With support for up to 15 devices and an LCD screen that clearly indicates which one you're controlling, it easily handles even the most complex home theater setups. Compatibility is excellent, and switching between devices feels smooth and intuitive. Setup requires Sofabaton U2's companion app, which can feel a little more cumbersome than simpler remotes, but allows for deep customization. Multi-step macros, like powering on multiple devices and switching inputs with a single button, were straightforward to program and ran reliably in our testing. While on-the-fly tweaks aren't as quick, the added functionality is worth it. Our lead tester, Sam Hill, points out that the more involved setup process shouldn't scare away less techie users, saying, "I typically avoid products with extra required apps or software, but this setup was a lot easier than it looked at first glance, and the day-to-day functionality is worth the bit of hassle." If you want a luxury tier version of this remote, you can always check out the Sofabaton X1S for a borderline overkill upgrade on our favorite. Or for those who prefer a simpler setup, the GE4 Device 48844 is a solid budget-friendly alternative. The Sofabaton U2 is an outstanding choice that perfectly toes the line between an everyday remote and a high-end experience. At number 2. GE4 Device 48844. If you need control of your living room but don't need extensive bells and whistles, look no further than the GE4 Device 48844. This basic, affordable remote is easy to program and use, allowing you to manage up to 4 devices without any hassle. It's an updated model of a GE Classic, but it adds full backlighting for easier nighttime use. Setup is quick and painless with the included code list, and in testing, we had everything synced in just a few minutes. The remote is responsive, reliable, and easy to troubleshoot. Even when we accidentally overwrote an input, recovery was fast and simple. The GE4 Device 48844's compact design makes it comfortable to hold, though the small buttons can feel a bit cramped, and we occasionally pressed the wrong key while moving quickly. Like other basic GE remotes, this one lacks macro functions and programmable favorites, which may be limiting for power users. But for a dependable, low-cost solution to consolidate a handful of devices, the 48844 gets the job done without fuss. One thing to consider when selecting a universal remote is how you'll instruct other users in your household to use it. We found the GE4 Device 48844 to have one of the simplest button layouts, with one tester saying, "I found this remote beyond simple with the labeled input buttons, making it so easy to select any device you want control over." This is one you'll be able to hand off to a houseguest without issues. If you're unsure whether the device limit will work for you, we recommend switching to the feature-rich Sofabaton U2. Although it may have a more complex initial setup, it will become simple to use once you spend some time with it. The Acquire Universal Remote is also worth considering if you like this GE design and only have 3 devices to control. It has that same classic, compact feel for a couple of bucks less. At number 3. Philips SRP 2024A/27. The Philips SRP 2024A/27 is a straightforward universal remote built for home setups centered around Amazon Fire TV or Roku streaming devices, adding advanced functionality to these secondary, simplistic remotes. It can control up to 4 traditional IR devices, in addition to the remote that comes with your streaming cube or stick. It also features a built-in slot on the backside to store a second streaming-only remote, solving a common compatibility issue, ensuring easy access to both controls without the need for an expensive hub system. Setup is a breeze, so no qualms if you're just making the jump to programming a remote. Switching between devices with the Philips SRP 2024A/27 is quick and reliable thanks to dedicated buttons, providing strong compatibility for everyday home setups. The size of the remote is a bit bulky compared to others we tested, but that's to be expected for the added benefit of a streaming remote storage slot. It was a bit too bulky for one of our testers, who noted, "It's significantly thicker than any other remote I've used." That might be a benefit for some, though it's certainly a bit easier to spot if you lose it in plain sight. The side-mounted volume control and channel back button made navigation especially convenient, despite adding to its chunky feel. It can be challenging to find a universal remote that suits your setup if you're using a Fire TV or Roku streaming stick. Most rely on infrared signals and just aren't designed to also handle RF-based streaming devices, so there are limited options. If you're looking to make the move away from streaming sticks because you've recently upgraded to a TV with built-in streaming capabilities, we recommend checking out the GE4 Device 48844 for similar functionality, or the Philips SRP 9141/27 if you prefer something a bit bulkier in hand. At number 4. Sofabaton X1S. The Sofabaton X1S isn't designed to be a quick replacement for your TV's default remote, it's designed to be the master of a complex home theater. Claiming the capacity to manage 60 different devices, this is overkill for a normal person just looking to swap between a DVD player and their streaming device, but a necessity for enthusiasts running complex audio systems or multiple setups in the same household. The real success of this model lies in its macro functionality. Through the companion app, you can create complex multi-step commands with remarkable flexibility, powering on multiple devices, switching inputs, and adjusting settings with a single press. The app is a bit much for a couple of devices, but it's the only way to program so many devices with ease. The paired back button layout of the Sofabaton X1S avoids clutter, but navigation quirks remain. The scroll system for selecting devices takes some getting used to, and the back button is positioned awkwardly at the top of the remote. Our lead tester, Sam Hill, commented on the design, saying, "It's nice not having a sea of buttons, but that scroll ball on the way up their back button felt like design downgrades from the Sofabaton U2." While the Sofabaton U2 was our top pick right now, if you're looking for more flexibility in the number of connected devices and have the budget, an upgrade to the X1S would be well worth it. Of course, there's no point in having so many extra features if you aren't actually going to use them. So we recommend being sure you really need the higher-end model before investing.